Crossing the Line is not a show intended to bully or harass anyone. Do not go out of your way to mess with the authors who write these fanfics. They make what we do possible. Thanks. Enjoy.
So on the way here, Steven said he was going to be really funny in the podcast today. So Steven, what do you got for us?
Let's see here. I got a joke for you.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Sponge.
Sponge who?
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants.
See, that's funny.
My delivery aroused.
Welcome to Crossing the Line, a fanfiction podcast where we read, review, and critique fanfiction for your listening pleasure. Please subscribe. I'm George G. Poole, and I'm with Virgil V. Vlog.
Hello.
And Stephen Blue Breed. Please subscribe.
Hello.
Yes, please like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here. And if you're not new here, tell your friends.
And if you are not new here, subscribe anyway. I know you're not. I can see.
Look at the analytics. They say that legend tells that many of our listeners are not subscribed. And you can change that by subscribing.
Legend tells we're supposed to shill at the beginning of the thing and not the end, so that's what we're doing.
You can also follow us on Spotify if you're listening there. And if you listen to us on Google Podcasts, how do you even do that? Do you use like an app for that?
I don't know. Somebody wrote this in an ancient tome that you must shill at the beginning of every episode. And reminding people that they're not subscribed and they haven't hit the bell for notifications.
Oh yeah. Do that too.
Ring that beautiful bell.
Should have a small picture of our face on it, like 2 by 2 pixels wide.
There we go.
Our,
2 by 2.
Our face.
Our three faces mushed together.
2 by 2. Just 3 colors.
Yes. Well, you know what those YouTube CEOs are up to. You never can quite say what they're thinking. Well, as we've just said, today's episode is on SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob!
What's everybody's experience with SpongeBob SquarePants?
We've talked about this before. We watch it on TV.
Oh, yeah. I only listen to the Mysterious Mr. Enter reviews of it. I don't actually watch it.
I only know
from what he tells
SpongeBob
me,
through animated atrocities.
From what he tells me, it's pretty bad.
So I don't know why we're doing this.
Fucking hell.
No, I have seen all of it, and I've played a lot of the games, and I love them. Especially the movie game.
Steven in particular has been incredibly hopped up on Nickelodeon All-Star Smash Brawl, and I can't blame him. It looks pretty goofy, pretty fun. Steven, tell us about the metadata and whatnot.
The metadata. So there's going to be wave dashing, apparently. It's going to be on rollback. Let's see here. God, there's like our friend Virgil Vlogs actually shared something that was shared with him, which was like a compilation of various Discord messages from the developer. Like, including all the different shit that's included. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. We see from from one of the trailers that Patrick has a fucked up command grab.
Yeah, he can fucking grab you from nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
They did release the trailer a good few months before the game's actually coming out.
Mm.
Which is still kind of surprising. Most games have like a whole year before you even see them after the trailer, so pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah. Excited for it to come out and play it. I just feel like normally a licensed game by Nick would get very little attention, so they really struck gold with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. It's honestly a good follow-up to the friggin' rehydrated Battle for Bikini Bottom.
That's true.
Like, both are games that are getting a lot of hype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nickelodeon's onto something. If we're lucky, we'll see other corporations start shilling back into the branded video game line.
Yeah.
True.
I feel like with the new age of Twitter, like, any small property can have a humongous following. Like, no matter how old, no matter what it is. So if you just make a licensed game of some old property, chances are people are going to talk about it and play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. There's a lot of characters. I mean, what really just looks like fun is that the developer has made a good, fun fighting game before and seems to know what he's doing. So whatever he wants to do, or that team wants to do, I'm sure it'll come out fine and fun.
True. Then the character selection just seems really, like, memey, too. Like, it really seems like someone who actually kind of knows what someone would want in like a game, what would get someone's attention. Like fucking, can you imagine Powdered Toast Man versus Nigel Thornberry?
I think Powdered Toast Man by itself is such like a clutch meme that like you know they're gonna be digging deep into Nicktoons history. You know it's gonna be funny and be fun, and this very could have easily just been characters from the last 10 years, including Spongebob and other well-known ones. But they're deciding to go with more discrete picks too, which is awesome.
Let's see here. Who do you think gets in? Who do you hope gets in, I should say?
No babies, sadly. No Rugrats. they're too small and weak. We do have Reptar, which is a good idea.
True, I do like his fucking tail whip that can hit two people at once.
I'm sure X2J9 will be in.
True.
XJ9.
From the poster has, the poster has a number of silhouettes and whatnot of characters that are in, and like one of them looks like it's going to be Korra.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be fucking interesting. Korra versus Lincoln Loud. A fucking airbender versus Lincoln Loud.
I think the Loud House characters are perfect. They're flexible, they're cartoony, they're pretty recent, I think they'll be fun.
No, I agree. Lincoln with his yo-yo and Lucy with her fucking dark magic.
Being able to reach into any cartoon episode for ideas of moves is such a cool idea if they're willing to put in the work to do it.
Oh, absolutely. Fucking, we've all seen Patrick do his fucking strawberry scoop with the chocolate dip.
Yeah, if they're willing to bring in like objects into making the moveset from the show episodes, it's going to be crazy. We know Nigel Thornberry's in.
I need to see his actual moveset, because so far
we see him goof around.
Yeah, we've just seen him morph around with his fucking tries.
I don't know if any other characters from Wild Thornberries would be a good fit. Maybe Darwin, maybe.
No, I think Nigel's...
Fragile Monkey.
Nah, I'd say Nigel was about as good of a pick as any. Oh my lord.
You think Doug will get in?
Doug?
Yeah.
That would be great. I would love to see Doug.
Quail Man.
Yeah, Quail Man would be perfect. Quail Man, Mr. Dink.
Mr. Dink would be a super clutch meme pick.
Oh, absolutely. Fucking him or Roger.
Roger. It's the bully character.
They gotta get villains in here too. Oh lord, fucking God, what else?
Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, absolutely, gotta get Jimmy in there.
Mom Goddard. People were trying to decide whether or not they would have Fairy Odd Parents in there because of Drake Bell's controversy, but I don't think he's that closely tied to the character.
Nah, as long as they just keep it like the cartoon variants, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Even, like, jokes aside, I just don't think he's that important to the character.
Yeah, exactly.
Jorgen von Strangle would be a godly pick, though.
He's
a big star.
Absolutely, his giant wand staff.
Smash would be insane.
Yeah, his fucking Ganon's. He has his own Doria.
His big boot kick.
Fucking hell. Lord, there's so many Nicktoons.
Yeah, there really are.
God. They already got the perfect pick for All Real Monsters, fucking Oblina.
Yeah, they really like, Nick really does have a huge character library to choose from. Just as a reminder of that.
Oh, yeah? See, I'm sure they can get someone from As Told by Ginger.
I'm sure we're not thinking of somebody that's we've talked about many fan fictions before. I'm just trying to think of all the characters. I feel like Fanboy and Chum Chum as a duo character would be a good one.
That would be neat, like a...
If they did, Nate.
Some, like, Ice Climbers or Zelda Chic.
Yeah. Because you can't have just one of them.
Nah, no way. That'd be sad. Get Fanboy, but not Chum Chum. That would just be upsetting.
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense. He's the larger character, but it would be disappointing. People are talking about, like, adjacent characters, too, like Po from Kung Fu Panda, or any other show that's been licensed. I think that, like, the the Ninja Turtles almost count as that, but they've had so much show that they don't really seem like a character, like licensed character.
Yeah, like Nick, they've debuted so many different series on Nick at this point that like it makes sense for them to be included.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Poe is the same.
Nah, I'd say not.
It's probably had to be licensed through like DreamWorks.
Well, I don't know. They've had a number of DreamWorks shows, so who knows? Because like I could see fucking the Penguins getting in there.
Oh, true, yeah.
Hell yeah, get Rico in there. He's just a fucking wild card. He's always playing on items. He can just pull something out of his mouth.
Their silhouettes are so boring, though. They're just logs in all circumstances. But I guess that'd make for even better of a joke character.
Mm-hmm.
He plays a group of penguins.
Fucking beautiful.
Slide around on their stomach.
Alex the Lion, what the hell are you doing in this game?
King Julian would be such a cursed pig.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
Nick comes to the creator and he's like, do you want to include King Julian? And he's like, that's okay, I don't really want to include King Julian. He's like, why not? He's one of our best properties. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he sure is, isn't he?
I don't want to spend that much time thinking about King Julian. Animating him. Just rip the models from the show directly.
Right. Oh, Lord, what else? Fucking Sanjay and Craig.
Planet Sheen.
Oh, you know, they could pull from Nick Jr. too, now that I think about it.
Blue? From Blue's Clues?
That or Dora. I could see Dora getting in there, actually.
Yeah, that makes sense. She's got the item box on her back. I don't know how you feel about putting her in a fighting game, but I feel like the developers wouldn't care, so they'd probably ask about it.
Let's see. And then, of course, Nick at Night Rep.
Nick at Night, right? Are there any cartoons on Nick at Night?
Yeah, we finally get Glenn PDS on there.
Oh, no. How could I forget? He would look so gross in a fighting game.
He's like the one clay fighter character.
You pause any of his frames and it's bad. His eyes squinting, his body morphing.
And the art style's already so organic, so it would look even worse. Oh my god, George Lopez.
Big head mode. Classic George Lopez gag.
Hell yeah.
There's a cheat code that's just big head mode called George Lopez head mode.
Right. George Lopez mode.
Just Ernie from George Lopez, and he's just called Ernie, and there's no explanation. I do wonder the size of the team they're working with, like if the creators of Slap City is more of a director role, or if his team's taken on the whole thing.
True.
I also wonder how long they've been working on this.
That's a good question.
I feel like it's been a good year, because they've been sort of absent from developing, as far as I know, from Slap City for a good year. I was looking into buying it late last year, and I was looking at tournaments online, and the most recent one was from over a year before that, which made sense because of COVID, but it was like it had just been a long time, so I assumed the game was pretty not receiving updates or something to that effect.
True.
Not quite as big.
We will see. We will see.
I wonder if we'll see any more trailers or anything before it actually comes out. Certainly, the people are hungry for it.
Oh yeah, I could see like more character reveal trailers.
I'm back.
So George, who you maining in Brawl?
Meta Knight?
Not that Brawl.
Oh. XJ9 if they'll have her.
Let's go.
We don't know the full roster yet. I fucking hate the Nigel Thornberry model. Did we talk about that already?
Yeah.
Intentionally very memey.
Okay, good.
You know who's even better? They could put Darwin from the Wild Thornberries in. The monkey.
I was talking about
I always get him and the crazy child confused. What's his name? Dunstan.
Donnie. Yeah.
Dunstan checks in.
I was talking about the Nick at Night rep being Glenn PDS.
Oh,
His map would be the RV.
On top of it or in it?
On top, it'd be like Big Blue.
That'd be cool.
On the highway.
Mm-hmm.
His dental tool set.
God, I didn't like that show.
No.
I watched it too much.
It's like, it came out right when our specific demographic was hitting that point where, like, I want to watch the grown-up stuff. So, of course, we stay up till 8 p.m. to watch Glenn Martin DDS.
It's disgusting. It had so much toilet humor. It was gross.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's what the parents watched, and therefore we had to watch it.
It was
because
still
we
higher.
wanted to be big.
Still higher effort than most adult shows.
It's true. Remember Tosh.0? That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think he still makes that show somehow.
Wow, interesting.
I mean, hey, ride the TV till it's dead.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. He was funny enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Most of his riffs or whatever, but fucking Review Bra went on that show, so more power
Oh.
to him.
Did
Yeah,
we see-
they were hanging out in the back of a Domino's, just folding pizza boxes.
I can't imagine them standing next to each other.
I know.
It's so.
Did you ever see the Shoe Nice one?
God, no. Shoe Nice should not be on TV. He does not need that attention.
He's like, I'm flying out to Shoe Nice's address right now, and then he's like standing in the middle of the road, and there's a cardboard box, and he sticks his head out. He's like, "Hey, come on in." So he crawls in, and it's like this huge cardboard mansion on the inside.
Right.
That is really funny. Shoe Nice is like the perfect guest for that show because
Yeah.
he was huge at that time for just doing bullshit.
Like, I haven't watched Tosh.0 in probably like 5 years, but I give him credit for doing all these like dumb practical jokes for where so much of the show just being spoken word.
I have to go back through and see if I recognize any other guests. I have to see a review, bro. That's so funny.
Yeah, I didn't even like watch anything like internet culture. I just thought the show was funny when I was in high school.
Right.
I just knew Shoe Nice for eating cock out of a cock gun and being disgusted.
Oh, that cock.
Yeah.
Eating cock.
Eating cock. Okay, speaking of eating cock, who wants to read the first SpongeBob SquarePants fan fiction story?
I can. I already
Oh,
got
boy.
mine pulled up.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Alrighty. Cool. Hey, SpongeBob time. It was a mostly normal day in the world. Jiro, Suyu, Mina, and Kendo were all walking down the street. They all just got done with hero work. They were wearing their normal hero outfits. Mina, being the most energetic, was leading the pack and enjoying every second of it. "Come on, they're just up ahead," cried out an excited Mina. She was leading her friends to, quote-unquote, something cool she discovered, as she had previously told them.
They're gonna go mock Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy in the retirement home.
Yeah.
Cool.
These old heroes, they're still wearing their outfits. Don't talk to us.
Go away. Why are you pink?
Stop yapping, I'm napping. Let's see. Wait up, Mina. It's hard to keep up, said an exhausted Jiro. Kendo and Suyu just let her run ahead instead of trying to keep up. Mina led the girls to Giant Field, located next to the city. Mina arrived at her destination. "Take a look, girls." First to see was Jiro. She asked, "What are those? And are those things coming from the sky?" Suyu stopped and froze. "Ribbit, are those antennae?" Kendo had no idea what to think. Mina showed the girls. "You see, these things are meant to be played with." Friendly reminder for all the listeners, we read all these fanfics verbatim.
And you're talking about My Hero Academia characters.
Sure.
Mm.
You had to. I see you had to look up Kendo.
It's like, the
You fake
inflation
fan.
fetishist. I've read it. I'm still reading it since it came out.
Kendo's cool. She has the big hands.
She's just like that character from Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Luffy, yeah.
The friggin' brown-haired girl.
Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan.
That's her hero name.
I know.
Is it
That's
not
not
Miss
her
Marvel?
hero name. That's her real name. Miss Marvel's her hero name. Kendo's real name is Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
Kamala Kendo.
Man, I want to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
It's so good.
Sometimes my brain just empties out and I hear "Take you for a ride." The one song.
Don't worry, we can play it after this. Don't worry, we can hook up the PS3. It'll be fine.
There we go.
Mina showed the girls, "You see, these things are meant to be played with." The other girls looked at her confused, knowing this wasn't true.
Oh, it's the hooks episode.
Jiro watched as Mina jumped up on a hook and starts swinging on it. Mina swung back and forth on the hook, showing her friends how fun it was. And the hook she was riding up suddenly shot up into the sky. Kendo, Jiro, and Tsuyu all watched in horror as their friend was abducted by the alien hook. Then, just as the girls were all about to cry out her name, they saw Mina floating back down to Earth instead.
It is scary. They're not underwater.
I know. These giant hooks just coming from the sky.
God, can you imagine modern SpongeBob doing the hooks episode? It would have so much, like, gross out humor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
SpongeBob would get the back of his skin ripped off.
I'll tell you that much. They wouldn't do the Patrick sitting on it.
Oh. He wouldn't do it like 20 hooks in his mouth just laughing like he did in the show. He'd like actually rip his face off.
I sense no danger here.
It's a classic.
Cheesy.
They put cheese on the hooks.
For fish.
Let's see.
And you know what happens when you don't float down?
Young Midoriya, you know what happens when you don't float back down?
The man with the hook quirk.
Plus Ultra?
Oh, no.
No, even worse.
Midoriya's corpse in a gift shop.
With googly eyes.
He makes Midoriya, he embarrasses Midoriya with the fucking hook quirk in front of all the women.
No pants, no underwear.
I really thought you were going to be the next the one for all, young Midoriya. Help wanted sign.
The fucking entire academy.
Yeah.
No!
Oh, look. It's New Dooku Midoriya.
Yeah, he calls over all the girls in his class to come watch as he takes his pants off. You're hooked pretty deep.
You're hooked pretty deep, young Midoriya.
Okay.
You're gonna actually read the story again now.
Yep. Jiro freaked out. Mina, are you alright? Kendo was worried. That was really dangerous. Don't do that again. Mina brushed her off. Don't be so overprotective. Learn to loosen up, will ya? Mina continued. Don't knock it till you try it, said Mina as she plopped her butt down on another nearby hook. Meanwhile, the hook she jumped off of never came back down.
Bro, that's a good thumbnail.
She's pink like Patrick.
Her fat ass on a hook, yeah.
Alright, Steven, I have work for you.
I have a job for you. Very well, very well.
It'll be easy.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Just silhouette Patrick.
Yeah,
and
recolor Patrick.
That's such a shitty Photoshop job. I would be mad.
with her face at the end, like just her head on top of his his triangle body.
She would look good with like that his pants floral design on like her leotard.
Yeah.
Kendo, being the motherly type, knew there was more to this than Mina was leading on, but she didn't have any proof. Kendo then saw in the corner of her eye Tsuyu and Mina get on a hook together.
Oh.
Before she could react, she watched them both be reeled into the sky as the hook disappeared into the clouds above. Kendo looked on in horror. Jiro looked on in joy as she thought it looked like the funnest thing ever to her. After a few seconds, Mina and Tsuyu both floated back down to Earth, both of them overjoyed.
They can just float.
I guess.
This would not work in real life. They just fall and die.
Like, Ochako is the only one that this is practical, and she's not even here!
Yeah.
That's a good point. Unless she's the one using the hooks.
I just think the author doesn't like her. That's why fucking Kendo from Class B is here.
Yeah.
And not Momo or Ochako.
Yeah, where the fuck is Momo?
Yeah, come on. Momo's
She's
the most
being
horny
re-
bait character.
She's probably Mr. Krabs. She's rich.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah. She could be either that or she could be making the hooks.
Yeah.
Ribbit, that was really fun, Ribbit. Mina said, I told you guys, these things are a blast. Then the girls saw a triple hook. Mina, Suyu, and Jiro all jumped on the hook and then dove off after it started to reel up.
Some guy's fishing for women.
Kendo still had no idea what the hooks were or where they came from.
That's a good point. What do you even make of this?
What did Spongebob make of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tried to warn the girls. You don't even know what those things are, do you? Jiro and Suyu realized she was right. Mina, on the other hand, hated how Kendo was trying to kill their good fun. Figures. We might as well have brought Deku with us. Party killer! This comment got to Kendo.
Oh, no.
I'm not a Deku type. I'm just cautious, defended Kendo.
I'm not like that, Deku.
I like this comment got to Kendo.
Kendo's usually so fucking powerful, but all it took was being compared to Deku from Class 1A.
But the other girls sided with Mina instead. Ribbit. Yeah, don't be a Deku, Ribbit. Jiro agreed with the girls. Yeah, at least Deku would be easier to convince, commented Jiro. Kendo couldn't believe her friends, but maybe the hooks really were fun. Maybe she was just being overly motherly. Kendo then felt Mina and Jiro grab her and plop her butt down on a hook. Before Kendo could react, the hook pulled her up about 300 feet in the air before she jumped off. Kendo was terrified, but also had fun doing that. Wow! I almost got pulled into outer space! That was so fast!
Oh my god.
If I hadn't jumped off, I don't know what. The gag doesn't work when you're not underwater.
It's okay, her leotard is like catching air like a parachute.
It's like my ears froze and my body felt like it was going to die of lack of oxygen.
I suddenly could not breathe. That was pretty quaint.
I really like in the show how they have real clips of fishermen above the sea level.
Yeah.
And then when they jump off, the guy's like so defeated as he's just sitting there with his empty hook.
Yeah.
As soon as her feet touched the ground and her tune had changed, suddenly Kendo found herself leading the girls to the next hook. Kendo, overfilled with excitement, ran over to the hook, and her friends all jumped on the hook and then jumped off all at the same time, floating back down. Mina told Kendo, "And you said, those are dangerous, we don't even know what those are?" laughed Mina. Ha ha ha!
You don't!
Jiro and Suyu laughed in agreement.
Oh.
Kendo just brushed it off as she looked for more hooks to ride.
Good.
After a while of riding hooks and jumping off, it was starting to get boring, sadly. So Mina told the girls about an awesome ice cream shop in town. Hey, forget the hooks. Let's go get ice cream since it's so hot today. The other girls loved the idea, including Kendo. So the girls all separately took one last hook ride. They all cried out in joy one last time. "Ribbit!" cried out Suyu as she fell back to earth. "Rock and roll!" cried out Rocker Jiro. "Geronimo!" hollered Mina as she swan dived back to earth.
Swan dive.
"Eep!" screamed Kendo.
As she never returned.
She is Class B. We'll never forget it.
All four of the girls had an absolute blast playing hooky. And as the girls all triumphantly walked away, they felt their pants being tugged on.
No!
Kendo noticed a hook caught on Mina's superhero suit. "Mina, you're hooked!" cried out Kendo.
Let's fucking go.
Mina turned to see Kendo was the one who was hooked. "No, you're hooked. You're hooked.
No, they're both hooked.
Look." Kendo realized she was right. She was hooked just like Mina. Suyu then realized she and Jiro were hooked too. Ribbit Jiro the hook! Jiro saw the hook and freaked out. Oh no! What's gonna happen to me? Mina tried to unhook the girls, but it was pointless. If the girls touched the hooks, they would drag them. So the girls were unable to help themselves. Kendo told the girls, "We have friends. Let's go get help."
Wait, Mina has acid.
Can't cut fishing line.
Yeah, Suyu's a frog. What of it? The girls all freaking out followed behind Kendo.
I guess she could acid her clothes.
That was saying she can acid the hook.
Yeah. No, her clothes are specifically made to not fuck with the acid.
Yeah, but easier to cut a fishing line than a fishing hook. You'd think.
Fair.
Yeah. I don't know. This is cartoon logic versus anime logic.
Yeah, I didn't mean to pull us out. I just thought it was funny.
No, there's no way out. Let's see. The girls all ran until they were at school. The girls all ran until they saw their friends eating their lunch in the cafeteria. Mina was the first to bang on the glass. Everyone looked at her and saw the hook, then laughed at her. Then everyone's
big wedgie.
Then
Hell yeah, let's go.
Then everyone saw the other girls also hooked and laughed at them also.
Yeah.
This caused so much ruckus that Midnight had to come and saw the girls.
Oh no.
Midnight was shocked at first, but then it turned into delight. Playing hooky, eh, girls? Scoffed Midnight. Sensei, we're gonna die!
She was so happy she could make that pun.
Yeah.
Kendo tried to speak. Midnight Sensei, please help us. We'll never play hooky again. They weren't even like bailing on anything.
Right.
They're just like here.
They were just
That
messing
could have been.
around.
The other people are in school.
You're right. Midnight stopped Kendo. Now this sort of thing I would expect from Mina or Uraraka. But Mina is there, and Uraraka's not. Uraraka, who was in the crowd, hollered, "Hey, I already know not to play hooky." Midnight apologized to her. "Sorry, darling, you're right, but I only wish I could say the same for Mina." Mina was so embarrassed that she hid behind Suyu, but that didn't stop anyone from recognizing her. Midnight scoffed, "I can see you, Pinky!"
Hiding behind the crouched frog.
Squatting more than a frog. Mina ducked behind Suyu more, but it was pointless. Everyone already knew it was her. Jiro then spoke up and asked Midnight very politely, "Midnight-sama, please help free us. We will be eternally grateful." Midnight laughed.
Midnight laughed.
I remember when I first got hooked. Me and All Might were playing on the hooks, and both of us had to go home butt naked. But at least I got to see All Might naked.
I remember when I first hooked up with All Might.
At least I got to see All Might naked.
Let's go.
He finished instantly and left, but at least I got to see him naked.
He ran out of muscle form in his wiener.
He appeared and went, boo, goodbye.
He spat blood directly into my eyes and left.
He went, goodbye.
What was that?
That was him rapidly fucking her for 1 second and coming and then coughing up blood and leaving.
Thank you.
Fucking love this. This is a good story.
Can I animate this?
Sure.
Let's go.
The hooks started to drag the girls as they all pleaded for aid once more. Kendo shouted, "Please, Midnight, I helped you do that hair commercial, remember?" Midnight remembered and decided to help the girls. Well, there only one way to unhook yourself, said Midnight. She lost her fucking mind.
Well, there almost.
As she fucking put up her wine glass.
Said Midnight as the pulled her hero suit to the side, revealing a bra strap and pulling it down.
Yes.
Do you catch my drift? Said the seductive heroine.
They said no, keep going.
How is she a teacher?
I'm happy for
In the manga, it was implied she wasn't wearing the top at all, and it was just like the outline of her boobs early on. And then with the anime, it sort of got retconned.
I imagine that was awkward, where she just looked naked but without nipples.
I love it.
It was fine.
I'm sure it's fine. Jiro turned completely blue. Suyu didn't understand. Mina turned bright red. Kendo just asked her, could you repeat that? As the school laughed at them. The entire school.
The entire school.
Bakugo especially.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I'm sure Grapehead's already jacking off.
Nah, he's too short. He's trying to get past everyone.
Trying to see over the window.
My character design doesn't let me see.
Midnight told the girls, ditch the outfits and let them go. We have to learn the hard way. The girls all freaked out. Kendo shouted, I can't let Class 1B see me like that. I'm their big sister. Midnight scoffed.
Ha! Minor side character at best.
Let me check your R34 tag.
Yeah, where have you been in the past 3 arcs, huh?
She was in one of the most recent ones.
I know.
This fanfic is only like 2 weeks old.
Oh, okay.
Midnight scoffed. Maybe they want to see their big sister in that light. Did you ever think of that?
Damn.
Kendo froze as she noticed she had onlookers.
No.
I can't! Cried the Kendo as the hook dragged her more. Mina weighed her options and tore off her hero outfit. Rip! Revealing Mina's green thong and bra underneath.
Okay.
Let's go.
Everyone in the cafeteria swooned over Mina and got nosebleeds. Suyu tore off her green hero suit to reveal Hello Kitty bra and panties. That got more of a reaction out of the school than Mina's thong.
What? Imposterous.
Ribbit, what's wrong with Hello Kitty? Ribbit. Midnight laughed at her. I remember when I was a virgin. I wore those too.
What the fuck, Midnight?
They're like 14.
God damn.
Suyu turned bright red after hearing Midnight's comment.
What was their crime again?
They were playing hooky.
Skipping
Mina
class.
said, "This is cool."
Skip
These big
class and
hooks
show
that
your
go
ass.
into space.
This Junji Ito traps in the middle of nowhere.
Look, guys, cosmic horror.
And
Fun.
underwear. Jiro then started taking off her clothes to reveal plain white panties and a matching bra. Midnight commented again, "You can't beat the classics, can you, Jiro?" Jiro just clenched her teeth and fists. But Kendo refused until she felt herself being dragged off.
Kendo's gonna be nude.
As is the fate of Class 1B. Okay, I'm taking them off. Ripped Kendo held her torn hero outfit. There. Kendo wore a dark blue thong and matching bra, but she
Nice.
couldn't help but notice no one's expression change in the slightest. Midnight face palmed, then lifted her head up to point at the girls again. The girls all turned around to see their hooks were caught on their panties.
Yeah, let's go.
Each one was deep and tearing / pulling on the girl's panties.
Let's go. Good.
Kendo spoke first. No, I can't do that. Please, Midnight, what did you do? Midnight answered, me? I had to kiss my favorite panties goodbye. Then me and All Might ran home butt naked.
She already explained this, Kendo.
The girls all screamed as they were all dragged off.
Then perish.
Midnight! Cried out Mina as she was dragged by her thong.
Lest you get a rated M tag on fanfiction.net.
Or what that has one.
They're all holding on to the fucking school sign.
All Might's gonna be somewhere with 4 big fishing rods.
Big cheese and grin.
Fucking bucket hat with lures hanging off of it.
Holding 4 rods in one hand.
All Might in a Hawaiian shirt and bucket hat up in the sky.
Plus Ultra reeling in.
This one arm thick as fuck reeling it. God, that's such a good image.
That is. I love it. It's even better in his tiny form with just one big giant arm.
Midnight! Cried out Mina as she was dragged by her thong. Ribbit! Erotica, help me! Cried out Suyu. This wasn't even my idea, shouted Jiro in defense. I can't hold on, shouted Kendo as she tried to claw at the ground with her quirk. The girls were all dragged until they were holding onto the roof of the school, barely hanging on. Mina's green thong was stretched beyond repair. Suyu's Hello Kitty panties were at their breaking point. Jiro's classic white pair were tearing apart from the strain. Kendo's blue thong was unable to continue. Just then the girls' panties were all torn clean off by the hook. Rip X4. For a split second the girls had a sense of relief. Phew, times 4. Before being flung into the cafeteria window butt naked. It said they were holding onto the roof.
The, like, stretched roof somehow. Bent back.
Before being flung into the cafeteria window butt naked, splat times 4.
Oh, damn.
Midnight pulled out her phone and started taking pictures.
That's illegal, Midnight. You can't do that.
Of the 4 naked beauties.
Holy shit.
The girls all looked down, seeing themselves butt naked. They screamed and unstuck themselves from the glass and ran all the way home. All 4 of the girls ran to Mina's house and didn't come out for a very long time. Then Mount Lady, Bakugo, Toru, and Momo all stepped out, each holding 1 fishing rod, and each one had a pair of toy panties at the end of their hooks.
Wait, go over that again. Who are those 4?
Mount Lady, Bakugo, Toru, and Momo.
Fucking Toru.
Why is Bakugo there? He doesn't give a fuck. Mount Lady doesn't even work at the school. She's just a criminal.
Toru would get away with it the best.
Oh,
I really wished it was All Might with 4 fishing rods.
Yeah,
That would have been so good.
They set it up. It was the partner in crime.
I want to draw all my fishing with a bucket hat so bad.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Do it. Follow your passions.
Bust out my bamboo from 10 years ago.
Hell yeah.
Mount Lady walked out holding a fishing rod with Kendo's blue thong. To think such a nice girl like her could wear such underwear, I would be ashamed.
You did this to her.
Bakugo walking out holding a fishing rod and Suyu's Hello Kitty panties on them. I was hoping for Deku instead of Froppy, shouted Bakugo in rage.
Whoa.
Someone in the background whispered, Gay? Bakugo in rage turned and shouted at a group of people.
It's not gay!
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
Bakugo turned and shot into the crowd.
He did an AP shot into the crowd. Toru walked out holding a fishing rod and Mina's green thong. My, do you think this is the source of her confidence? Asked Toru with an invisible nosebleed. Momo walked out holding a fishing rod with Jiro's white panties. I just love Jiro's panties, commented Momo as she took a whiff of her
Okay.
friend's white torn panties.
Oh.
As Class 1A boys looked, wishing they could smell Jiro's panties, Midnight applauded the four of them on their catches. She then turns and then points to a wall of trophies. Those will look great next to the others.
Oh my god.
Mountain Lady used her quirk and mounted the girl's torn panties next to a plaque with a pair of see-through panties labeled Midnight Class of 93. Midnight told everyone again, "I remember my first hooking. Those really were my favorite panties, but they look better up there, honestly." The end.
Amazing. I give that a really good day of fishing out of 10.
That's pretty good. God, what do you think?
I rate that Mr. Krabs saying, "Panty raid."
Bakugo in bed, like not wanting to go to school, and then Kirishima's like, "I guess you're going to miss the panty raid." What'd you say? I said you're going to miss the panty raid.
Nani?
Shine!
I rate that story a 4 out of 4 nondescript items.
Okay. Let's see. I can go next if you want.
Yeah.
Alrighty. It was another day of business as usually at the Krusty Krab. Mr. Krabs was in his office counting up his money. Squidward as asleep on the job again, and SpongeBob SquarePants was over-enthusiastically cooking the next round of Krabby Patties. It seemed like a normal day for the residents of Bikini Bottom. Then they heard the sounds of lumbering footsteps and moaning
Lumbering.
and moaning that sounded like a wail, except not comprehensible. The footsteps shuddered to the ground as a hulking mass approached the door to the Krusty Krab and smashed through, knocking the doors off their hinges and completely destroying the upper door frame.
Damn.
That could be anybody.
It looked like a giant bipedal figure, but not like anything anyone in Bikini Bottom had seen before. This one was a hulking behemoth that easily dwarfed the customers of the Krusty Krab. It looked almost metallic, like it was dressed in some kind of suit. Where its face would be, there was a giant metal helmet adorned with a set of portholes, each of which glowed an orangey yellow color. Behind it was a little girl that had glowing eyes and was holding to what appeared to be a giant syringe. Probably the most distinguishing feature was the massive drill attached to its arm.
I got it.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Hungry for a burger.
The massive creature stopped at the cash register.
Alright, let me get my wallet. Drilling into his pocket.
By now it had been noticed by all the other customers, who looked up from their Krabby Patties in sheer astonishment.
The picture of the guy looking away from his burger like,
Yeah.
What's that?
That is, with the exception of Squidward, who had not stirred and remained completely oblivious.
Doesn't give a shit.
This creature just wandered in.
Destroyed the door.
We serve food here, sir.
Squidward half woke up and looked at it, completely unfazed by what was in front of him. "Hi, welcome to the Krusty Krab," Squidward muttered with almost perfect monotony. "How may I help you today?" He was greeted with a loud and barely comprehensible moan. "Would you like fries with that?" "Daddy," the little girl said, "there is Adam here." "Whatever," Squidward muttered as he lay back against the window.
Laid.
Yeah.
Suddenly, SpongeBob appeared in the serving window looking super enthusiastic. "Did you say Adam? Why, it just so happens that that's the secret ingredient to..." Completely defying the laws of physics, Mr. Krabs barreled out of the cash register and lunged at SpongeBob, wrapping a claw around his mouth. "What do you think you're doing, my boy?"
What the fuck?
Mr. Krabs yelled. What Mr. Krabs did not see was the girl wandering through the door into the kitchen.
Oh, no.
Make your way to the refrigerator in the back where the frozen Krabby Patties were kept.
Opening the fridge.
Full of Adam.
Looking for snacks in here.
She just like toddles into the back and flings it open with both hands.
I'm glad Big Daddy is still trying to order.
He's hungry. And Squidward refuses to take that order.
Yeah, SpongeBob, he wants a... and a side of fries.
A double patty deluxe.
On a drill.
SpongeBob turned in shock as he saw the girl standing over a pile of Krabby Patties. She had injected her syringe into them and started singing. Excuse me, SpongeBob said, super quietly. You're not supposed to be back here.
Could you just... He was cut off when a massive drill suddenly embedded itself into him. Holy shit!
The drill's like the size of him.
Yeah. He laughed. That tickles. Suddenly
He's
the...
invincible, I forgot.
Oh, yeah? Suddenly the drill revved up and spun SpongeBob around, splitting him into 4 pieces and scattering them across the kitchen.
It's true, it did probably just go in a hole.
Mm.
That's the gag.
Mm. Hey, what's the big idea? Mr. Krabs yelled. He leapt through the serving window and approached the hulking figure. That's me fry cook you got there. You gotta pay for those.
You can't be bisecting me fry cook into quadrants like that.
By now the girl was already finished with her Krabby Patty mountain and had removed all the Adam.
Hey, you're taking me secret ingredient. Unknown to Krabs, he was heard across the street at the Chum Bucket, where Plankton had devised a new scheme to find out the secret ingredient to the Krabby Patty. He built an enormous boom mic and lowered it right over the Krusty Krab.
This is happening while fucking Big Daddy is inside the building.
Plankton, go away!
We have other problems right now.
Just in time to hear the scuffle between Krabs and his new customers. So, someone's figured out the secret ingredient.
Not this again, Plankton, muttered Karen. I'm going to find that customer and
Make him tell me the secret ingredient.
Good luck. Going to get squashed.
Yeah, he's gonna get fucking injected. Plankton walked out the door and made his way across the street.
Made his way. Good luck.
Unarmed.
Just go take it.
Unarmed.
Yeah, made his way just sounds so casual.
Yeah. As the big hulking creature stepped out of the kitchen, SpongeBob approached Mr. Krabs. Gee, Mr. Krabs, what was that? I don't know, me boy, but it's got me secret ingredient. He ran through the door and approached the metallic entity. Now listen, you... He was cut off by the sight of Plankton, who was eyeing down the massive creature, or at least as much as he could do when they can't see the eyes of the other person. There you are. I know you have the secret ingredient for the Krabby Patty, and you are going to give it to me. His attention turned to the little girl and the syringe she was holding.
The Krabby Patty?
Aha! Plankton laughed. Plankton lunged for the syringe. The secret formula is mine! He suddenly felt the tip of a drill embed itself in him. He's not even worth the drill. He gets squashed. Holy shit. And come out of his chest. He screamed in pain as he was thrown onto the floor. The one large metallic foot stomping on him. He yelled. The lumbering mass then walked out of the Krusty Krab.
Impaled him and then just smushed him.
Jesus Christ.
Impaled him, stomped on him, left.
Big Daddy's fucking unstoppable in this environment. Oh my god, let's see. The lumbering mass then walked out of the Krusty Krab through the large opening it had created, the little girl happily following him. Mr. Krabs was fuming. He didn't give me any money! I'll get ye for that! Where did you even come from, anyway?
I don't know, Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob said, obviously puzzled. Then it hit him. Maybe he's from that giant underwater city outside.
Wait, what?
SpongeBob led Mr. Krabs into the kitchen and out the back door. Sure enough, about 3 feet away, there was a giant city that easily dwarfed Bikini Bottom.
How did I not notice that before?
SpongeBob noticed what looked like an old wrecked bathysphere, but with a screen still working. Amazingly, there is Patrick watching the film strip. It appeared to be a slideshow accompanied by narration.
I'm glad Patrick's here.
Yeah. Hello, the voice said. I am Andrew Ryan.
Well, nice to meet you, Patrick said. My name's Patrick.
And I'm here to ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
No! Patrick yelled. No, he is not! I will not let that man have the sweat of his brow. The sweat of his brow is mine, and mine alone. How dare you say it belongs to him when I had it first? If I can't have it, nobody can. Patrick immediately grabbed the screen and threw it into the bathysphere. Showed you.
You sure did, buddy.
Wait, this gives me an idea, Mr. Krabs said with a smile.
Is he gonna turn it into Krabby Land?
Oh no. The next day at the Krusty Krab, the line was unexpectedly long. The next person in line was a man who seemed to be heavily mutated.
Alright, can I get a double Krabby Patty with extra Adam? Order up! Yelled SpongeBob as he leapt through the serving window with the splicer's order.
He just starts advertising that it does have Adam.
Meanwhile, one of the regular customers was examining the newly installed vending machine. As he approached, he heard the automated voice saying, "Welcome to the Circus of Value." He stared at it before finally putting money into it to get an Eve hypo, which he then injected into his fin.
Into his fin. Some neon blue liquid into his bare fin.
This is amazing! Now this is business, Mr. Krabs said enthusiastically as he was approached by the next person in line. It was the large creature and the little girl again. "Hi," said the little girl. "Can I get a Krabby Patty? And Mr. B would like some kelp fries." "Hey!" Mr. Krabs yelled. "You still owe me!"
Hey!
The little girl dropped some money on the floor. "Oh, never mind then." "Ha! That sucker Andrew Ryan thought he was so clever building his city. Well, I showed him." Suddenly Krab's phone rang, and he reached into his pocket and picked it up.
Cell phone that he has.
"Hello?"
He was startled by the voice on the other end, which seemed to be speaking with an Irish accent. Would you kindly burn down your restaurant?" The person on the other end hung up. Mr. Krabs stared in bewilderment. The end.
I give that story like an 8 out of 10 because it could have been either an old episode or a new episode of SpongeBob. It kind of went either way.
Yeah. I give that Big Daddy goes to rock bottom and gets mugged.
Give that Plankton is actually dead now out of 10.
Big Daddy reaching into the into the vending machine.
Trying to get the bus.
His giant ass hand, he's bigger than the vending machine.
It's chasing after the bus as it speeds away.
It's so funny to imagine one of the fish walking up to the vending machine and buying a syringe and injecting himself. Like, whoa, this is great. And Mr. Krabs going,
My leg!
I just stole vending machines and put them in here.
He did do that. I thought he was gonna turn it into an entire like amusement park, like pay money to come hang out
Right?
in this fucking bathysphere. You better not be getting unsolicited tit pics over there, young man.
Oh no.
Oh
Brothel
no!
Discord.
The blue brothel.
A blue brothel.
His
There we
fan
go.
Discord where he solicits nudes from his fans.
It's you as the only admin and only women.
And only one channel.
You're required to tell me your
Nudes.
gender when you come in.
You're required to submit a nude photo with
Oh.
@bluebreed on your tits.
Oh my god.
Make a bunch of fake accounts to pressure people into complying. Everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it.
Is that your impression of Steven Usopp?
Bluebreed number 2. His name's not at all a trick. Yeah, come on, everyone's doing it. Bluebreed 3.
Bluebreed 3. You know, it's funny, there is a guy impersonating me on Discord, I've heard.
Really?
Yeah, I've gotten 2 DMs about it, so I'm gonna have to freaking make a post about their username saying this ain't me.
That's so sick.
He's fucking shouting slurs and fucking
my
saying
God.
terrible things.
I'm pretty sure that is Steven.
I know,
He's
just
so
go-
reserved on Discord. It's so funny that anyone would do that.
Yeah, no.
People will tag him in our Discord. And
Yeah,
we'll just...
I don't know. Maybe they listen to the podcast and know what you're really like. They know all the slurs.
Of course, of course.
They know all the times you quote Joey's World Tour.
I don't make that my introduction.
Yes, you do.
You say, check out this clip from Joey's World Tour.
And then you say a slur.
Not true. YouTube's algorithm's gonna hate this.
I go.
It's fine. We're already an hour in. YouTube can't scan that far.
I go onto their Discord server and I'm like, hey, teaspoon of Vinit, finish the sentence.
What?
George, you're a victim. You could have got tricked.
It's okay, I'm too stupid to know. Anyway.
I'll read the story. Mike Wazowski found a new job. A job that entailed everything he enjoyed to do. Talking and being a people person. He was the new salesman for the new and improved Monsters, Inc. Times, and he had to go door to door to advertise so people could buy what he thought was an excellent paper. Mike was preparing to go to his last stop, which happened to be the home of his best friend, James P. Sully. What does he need to go advertise to his best friend?
Who owns Monsters, Inc.?
Right?
He does not.
They do now.
Yeah,
really?
at the end of the movie. Spoilers for a 20-year-old movie.
Does Waternoose not still own it and is like friends with him?
I don't know, Waternoose got arrested.
Oh. Good. Should watch it again.
Yeah, and then they yeeted Vanitas through all those doors.
Mike knocked on the door of his friend, thinking to himself this should be the easiest sale ever. Sully opens the door to greet his longtime buddy. Hey there, Mike. How's the new job going? Sully smiled down at Mike and led him into his humble abode. It's going hunky-dory, Sully, especially if you order the Inc. Times. You're my last stop, and it would be an even 50 order if you signed up for me. Mike held out the order from knowing that his friend was a sure sale.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
What's in it?
How much does it cost? 5 cents. Kind of tight on money this month. You own our company. Yeah.
Doesn't that mean I should get it for free?
Come on, buddy. I need this.
Well, I need that 5 cents.
You never know. It's going hunky-dory, Sully, especially if you order the Inc. Times. Sure, anything for my little buddy. And besides, I've heard good things about the Inc. Times and can't wait to read it.
You manufacture it.
Sully took the order from and signed up, not caring about the cost of it.
What a bro.
Mike then explained that his first paper would be delivered in a couple of days, and then every day from then until he decided to cancel. Mike was ecstatic that his first day had gone so well, but he was very tired from walking around all day. He and Sully sat for a few minutes discussing their jobs and playing their favorite game, charades. Mike always liked to play charades, even though he never got any of the hints correct, to Sully's frustration. Come on, Mike.
We can't make a joke out of this because this is an audio platform.
Yeah. Come on, Mike. I'm practically driving a boat here. You gotta get it. I don't get it.
What? You're doing
Hands
the
are moving
mambo?
around. No, Mike. Sully bid Mike farewell as he went home for the day. Sully then headed off to work. Sully made it to work only to find that his boss, Henry J. Waternoose, had been fired and a new guy, who literally sucked up the competition in his boss's position. I don't really understand what that sentence means, but okay. Sully was dumbfounded that the brilliant CEO had been replaced by this sponge. It was a pun. And his name was no other than, wait for it, Spongebob SquarePants.
I really was wondering how the crossover was going to come into play there. That intro did not lead into anything.
SpongeBob is a monster.
That intro still hasn't led to anything. Even with this reveal, it was for nothing. Mike's selling papers and now there's a different plot happening.
Okay, chapter 2, things is changing. Who would have thought that they would hire a yellow sponge to do the job? When everybody at work found out that SpongeBob was going to have complete control over the people who make kids laugh, everyone became extremely apprehensive, to say the least. That makes sense.
Wait, so the spider was still in charge, but the policy was already changed to laughter.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Monsters University good?
I thought it was fun.
It's okay.
I haven't seen it. I like Monsters Inc. though.
It kind of suffers from the same problem I feel like Incredibles suffered from, where the sequels are so far apart that it kind of people had higher expectations than could really be fulfilled.
I liked Incredibles too.
Yeah, so
Like on reflection, the first one's for sure better, but I liked it when I watched it.
I just think the dynamic where they're already friends works better because they're like, they play off each other so well. When you take away that chemistry for the sake of building it, it just kind of like breaks it down.
Yeah.
Still a fine movie though.
Oh yeah, it has a really decent like message that like you really wouldn't have expected from Disney.
Yeah. That you like can't do everything that you want to do always, and sometimes you just have to make life work.
What about that new show on the Disney Plus that has the bad main character?
Say again?
They have the new Monsters Inc. show.
Oh, the one that has fucking Gabriel Iglesias playing a recolor of Mike Wazowski, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
That covers it.
I hate the design on the main character. He looks so modern Disney, and he doesn't fit in with the art style at all.
I haven't seen the main character.
Oh, yeah, the like straight man guy.
Yeah, he looks very like simple shape, very generic. His texturing doesn't even look close to the other characters.
Yeah.
I think it's called Monsters at Work.
Yeah, Monsters at Work. I have a YouTuber that I watched who like gave a debriefing on his thoughts. He went through it and whatnot, and from what he said, it has a lot of like good aspects, but at the same time too, it suffers from a season 1-itis where it's still not. It hasn't found its footing yet.
Yeah, it's weird because it seems like Monsters Inc. would be a proper IP for something like a show like that, but at the same time, it feels like you would run that well dry pretty quickly. Like it's a simple premise: monster do the thing, scare or laugh children, and the doors are just the fun gimmick, and that's all they really got going for them. I bet.
There's that, and also like the good thing about the movies is that they don't really show too much of like the monsters world, so you could actually expand upon that in a show.
That's true. I liked the Kingdom Hearts level. They went to Monsters Inc. finally, Steven. It was cool.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking Monster Store is adorable.
Yeah, and Mike and Sully are in your party.
Hell yeah, let's go.
You throw Sully or Mike like a bowling ball, and he just clinks around and clashes into enemies.
Beautiful.
Monster Sora feels a little bit over designed because of how dark he is, but that's just like they have to give him clothes. So
yeah,
yeah.
I feel like they did as best as they could.
Yeah,
I'm always a sucker for the ones where they change his style, though.
I like Goofy's look a lot. I think his works really well. Donald's is okay.
The Toy Story one looks cool.
Yeah, that one is really cool.
Oh, yeah?
Pirates. And is that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to replay it again soon.
Big Hero 6, he has a visor and nothing else.
Oh, yeah. He's a hero.
Yep. Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, several people found out that before SpongeBob came here to take over his new job, he lived in Bikini Bottom and systematically made everything go rock bottom. He was annoying, clingy, and certain people by the name of Squidward had mentioned that he was nothing more than an idiot who would run the town under no time. Certain people.
I don't like that these universes are just colliding.
They all know Squidward.
Just in the town where apparently Monsters Inc. also is.
He even failed his test at boating school and never learned how to drive. So
okay.
It is kind of weird that their CEO doesn't know how to drive.
He doesn't need to drive, he's the CEO.
Yeah, he got people for that.
Mm-hmm. Squidward just hates that he has to drive him around.
Squidward.
So everybody started to think that SpongeBob would ruin this job and their business would shut down in a matter of months and everybody would blame him and the big boss for hiring SpongeBob SquarePants. A week later, SpongeBob was looking to hire more people and he had the bright idea of hiring some of his friends from Bikini Bottom. Thinking first of his friend Patrick, he gave him a call. Hey pal, how's it going?
That's a guy who'll make kids laugh.
Patrick jumped up for joy hearing his best friend's voice. SpongeBob, how are you doing and how's the new job working out for you?
I know Patrick would make people laugh. I mean, he's got his own. They should give him his own show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they should do that. Oh, I'm well. Patrick, I can't believe I got the job. It's a real dream come true, but it's kind of lonely here at Top, and I was wondering if you wanted to come and work here with me.
I was wondering if you'd like to come give me Top.
He asked him as he looking around the room. Patrick's face lit up as he was eating his donut. He answered quickly, spraying bits of donut everywhere. Sure thing, buddy. I'll be there as soon as I finish my donut.
Just intentionally spits in his face.
Spits in his phone.
Second on his least to contact was his old boss, Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs doesn't want to work blue.
I bet Mr. Krabs would want a job since his best fry cook left, he thought to himself.
since his other business is currently floundering.
I think I'll give him a call. Hey, old boss, guess what? I'm a new boss, and since you lost me your best moneymaker, I thought you might want to work with me, he said, thinking of who else he could try to call. As Mr. Krabs was thinking if he should say yes, he said, Well, you know, SpongeBob, I would say yes, old lad, but who would I sell the restaurant to? SpongeBob thought hard on that, and then a light went off in his head. And he smiled. How about Squidward? He could change it to a music place where he could play his clarinet. Mr. Krabs was excited that he could finally be with his moneymaker. Yes, yippee! I can finally be with me moneymaker again.
Moneymaker.
Mr. Krabs would not do that.
Mr. Krabs is not a sugar daddy. Or sugar baby.
The next day, Monsters Inc. had 2 new employees to deal with.
Oh my god. To deal with.
They're just slouching around.
Why was Mike selling newspapers?
Because in this world, they couldn't be the CEOs. The Monsters Inc. Until SpongeBob ruins it and they get hired. SpongeBob's friends came into work. Oh. Okay, the crew wondered what other idiots SpongeBob would hire to help him bring the business down to an explosive end. SpongeBob's friends came into work, and SpongeBob could not help but remember how much he had missed working at the Krusty Krab. So that's when SpongeBob started to think, he could not make this the Krusty Krab. This is so different.
Jesus Christ.
And he had always missed Patrick coming in saying, Good morning, Krusty Crew. Good morning, Krusty Crew. That's when SpongeBob came up with the idea to not only make the kids laugh, but to sell Krabby Patties like they used to do at the Krusty Krab. So at lunch break, he announced it to everybody, and everybody was happy because not only would they continue to make the kids laugh, but also have something quite tasty to fill the kids and themselves with, and everybody was cheering and so happy that they didn't even finish eating their lunch.
They became a literal DoorDash.
So SpongeBob had to order a grill, a spatula, patties, buns.
Oh, that's so funny to me. SpongeBob had to order a grill.
You have to go to a fucking restaurant depot.
It's him like on a computer, like squinting. Is that one better than that one?
Can I get a better deal somewhere else, though?
Let me install Honey. Why hasn't Honey been installed on this computer?
Mr. Beast told me I had to go install my dad's computer, my mom's computer, my brother's computer.
How much initial revenue can we get if we start off with a Mr. Beast burger?
The Mr. Beast Krabby Patty.
There we go.
So SpongeBob had to order a grill, a spatula, patties, buns, onions, ketchup, and mustard, and all the tables and chairs and other things that are needed for the Krusty Krab.
I made myself really mad thinking about a Mr. Beast fish underwater.
What do he look like?
Yucky mustache fish.
Yeah, his gross, like, pedophile mustache.
He would not look like the SpongeBob art style at all.
It would be difficult to do.
It would just be the Meat Canyon drawing of him, but like blue.
With a fin.
Yeah, with like the fin stripes on his hands. I hate that drawing.
I love him. I love Meat Canyon.
Meat Canyon's funny, but I do not like looking at his art.
Everybody started to ask SpongeBob if they could bring their friends so they can have a job as a waitress or an order taker.
Everybody.
This entire corporate company full of all these different positions, and they have to be squeezed into one of like two.
The slug lady in HR is gonna be so pissed.
Raj is not sticking around.
She just
is
becomes Squidward, basically.
What do you want to eat, Wazowski?
A double Krabby Deluxe.
On a stick.
Number 6 with extra dip.
So in come Mr. Waternoose and yelling, "Get this thing done, and let's not have any more commotion. All are welcome, so come one, come all."
Why is he still here?
The end.
He committed a federal crime.
You just give up.
Mr. Waternoose comes in and says, "Come on, come on." Yeah, that's it.
You don't want to read anymore. Okay.
No, that really was the ending.
What?
Yes, that's it.
What?
I wouldn't
Why?
have it any other way. Beautiful.
Why was he selling newspapers?
Leave a comment. We need closure, damn it. Why?
Okay,
I rate
I'll
that a
ask.
50-cent newspaper.
I rate that Waternoose escaping jail time out of 10.
The first comment's first sentence is, "This story is really weird. First of all, Mr. Waternoose is bad and he got taken to jail, so he doesn't work there and make kids laugh anymore."
First of all. Is that it?
Yeah.
Why'd they say first of all?
No, that's all I want to read of the comment.
Okay.
And I asked why Mike was selling newspapers.
I hope they get back to you. I hope your work email gets an email saying you have a comment on fanfiction.
I do want to know if my Tony Hawk story got more comments. Nope, 0 still. It's sad.
Alright, then that's 3 fanfictions as usual, so you're ready to tie the knot on this one. Steven, next time, what are we gonna read?
Our next fan fiction that we're gonna read.
What you got on your feet there, huh?
Our next theme on my feet.
These are the official Freeze socks.
Graciously provided by our corporate sponsor, Racetrack.
Hell yeah.
Check out our Racetrack concert. Sorry I interrupted you.
You're fine, you're
I had
fine.
to show within a certain time limit,
Mm.
or else they'll get mad at us.
Our next our next theme is gonna be
Rocco's Modern Life.
Whoa. Cool.
I don't know if I've seen a full episode of that show, but I get it.
Oh, watching a couple episodes, I need to remember the characters.
Mm.
Yeah, you're gonna be so confused. When he says heifer, you're gonna say, "Who's that?" Is that a bad term?
Is he insulting him?
It sounds like an insult.
It does.
You damn heifer.
Oh, yeah, heifer.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna get. There's gonna be so many Rocco sex hotline fanfics with anime characters.
Absolutely.
God, I can't wait. Alright, thank you guys for listening. YouTube, Spotify, Discord, link in the description. Join the Discord, it's a lot of fun. We have lots of cool chats about a lot of different things. Steven sometimes appears.
Occasionally.
We have manga chat, movie chat, a meme chat, a game chat, a house chat. It's fun.
The point is, there's something for everybody there, really. So you really don't have a reason not to be in there right now. But join us there. It'll be fun. And subscribe. We want to get more subscribers to
Spread the
collab
good
with
word.
PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, thanks, bye.
Good night.